Wow. Great to be back.
It's been too long.
Well, it's been like a week.
No, I was actually here on Friday.
Oh, that's right. You were here on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked. You want to start the show?
Didn't suck.
I don't know. It was all right, I guess.
It's great.
Fair enough. I mean, you were here.
We watched Thunder in Paradise. It was amazing.
Oh, that's right. I watched Thunder in Paradise with Chris. You were here?
Yeah, I was here too.
Oh, all right. Let's do a show, shall we?
Okay.
You're listening to the Carl Network.
Attention parents, what you're about to see is not suitable for kids. Shoot, it's not even suitable for some grown-ups. You might want to walk away now if you ain't into these type of things.
I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock.
I'm going to deliver the goods because I'm alive and I'm not backing down.
Cuckoo. What the hell is this supposed to be?
Hola, creepos. Welcome to another episode of your favorite true crime podcast, the show about creeps by creeps for you creeps. I'm your host. My name is Vinny. I just want to shout out to my true believers.
Excelsior, true believers.
And Carl's here too.
Hey, Vinny.
Why are you so down? Oh, wait, I know.
No,
I know.
I don't think you do.
I do.
I don't think you do.
Is it because your team lost yesterday?
No, Aaron didn't hit the goal this morning.
Who's Aaron?
The only show that matters, Steel Toe Morning Show. He missed the goal. And it's tough for me, man. I don't know.
Is that why you're late and moping?
Maybe they'll make up for it the afternoon show or evening show, or maybe tomorrow morning. But, man, it's tough. It's a tough way to start the week, man.
It's a tough way to start the creep off. Sandbagging me with WATP bullshit.
Tough way to start the week. What is happening? Vinny Paulino, good to see you, my friend.
Carl,
happy Creep Off Monday. Happy Super Chat Monday.
I am so happy to have you back. I've been looking forward to doing an episode with you all day. I guess.
One thing I like about comics, they just bullshitting is just built into them. Like, yes, I'm out with my wife last night for dinner. Oh, on the way over here to the club today, I stopped by. You guys
craziest thing. I was on my way to the show.
I just saw this on TV yesterday. Have you guys seen this?
I was reading an article yesterday.
I was reading this article yesterday. It says that 60% of homeless people. I've been looking forward to doing a show with you all day today, Carl. I see through your bullshit, asshole. I see right through it.
Turns out 100% of comics lie about this shit.
Yes.
So
you guys see this? You guys hear about this? But he's excited to see his friend Carl. You hear about this?
You're right. I'm not. Well, I was excited to see you.
Yeah.
On account of Buffalo loss, and that's always fun to watch.
By the way, do you guys still need a quarterback? Because I have one for you.
Is his name Josh?
His name is Josh Allen, and he can't throw a pass anymore. So I don't have him.
I don't want him. He's just concussed as Tua. He's currently as concussed as Tua, and you guys are pretending he's not.
He might be, because holy shit, the passes he was throwing, I don't know what's going on, but he was the worst player on the field yesterday.
Well, all right. I feel good about this now. Now we can do a show for reals.
And the Bills still could have won that game, even with Allen's worst performance.
Because your coach is an idiot. Oh, man. Okay.
You almost got smoked by the Patriots. You had to pull it out at the very end.
Yeah. Well,
it's like a too cocky.
W is a W.
Yeah, it's like a too cocky.
If you guys had come back and won, you would have been like, oh, we pulled it off at the end of the game and we won.
No, I would have said Josh Allen's the worst player on the field. That was I can't even talk. I'm so upset with this asshole.
I love it.
It was a debacle.
This would be good going into the competition. Hey, you know what day it is today, by the way? Get your mind off it.
Super Chat Monday.
It is Super Chat Monday. And let's start off with a message from our pal Koof. Thanks for the $2. Said, thank you for not going to Greenland.
Thank you, Koof, for not going to Greenland. We love to see you here, buddy.
All right.
Thanks for being here with us.
Chris Primer, thanks for the $5. I have concerns about Juggalos entering the Dabbleverse. I don't know if John wants that attention, especially if it grows beyond the rated channel.
That's a good point. You know what those jugglers could do to people. You know what happened to Tila Tequila, or Tia Tequila, whatever her name is.
I saw one thing she did in a hotel room.
Oh, I bet you did.
Chris Primer, thanks for the gifted Creep Off channel membership. There you
Nice.
go. There you go.
Thank you, Chris.
For those of you who don't know, if you become a member of the Creep Off channel, you get all of our bonus episodes every week whenever they're live or whenever they're posted.
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
We just did a fantastic one this past Friday. We watched the first part of the second movie of Thunder in Paradise. And wow, is it fucking nuts.
You think the Joker sequel is bad?
I haven't seen it. Is it
my
not
God.
good?
I hear it's terrible.
Oh, that's too bad.
Rocco or B 2002, thanks for the $2. Late, gay, and gray. It's Carl.
Wow.
Sums him up.
Some of that's hurtful, sir.
Which part?
Some of that is very hurtful. Wasn't that late?
Well, let's get the show back on track. 'cause
Okay.
We're all
The
over
way that
place.
we start this show is not with super chats. I don't know. Vinny was excited about that for some reason. The way we start this show is with our lovely and talented and dynamic results girl, Danny, coming in.
Danny, reading results so dandy. Please won't you post that fanny all over the Patreon. Danny, that body's so uncanny. Voice smooth like lemon shandy. Oh yeah, she's my creep girl.
Hello.
Hey, Danny. The reason why we have Danny on the show is because on this show, every week is a contest. Vinny and I compete to bring in the creepiest person in a given category. And so you, the viewers and listeners, go to thecreepoff.com and vote for who you thought brought the biggest creep. We play to a score of 5. Once somebody gets to 5, the other person has to spin the dreaded wheel of consequences. And so it matters. It matters for us. It matters for you. And Danny's the one who tabulates all the results and relays them back to us the next week. Danny, how did we do last week? What was the category? Does anyone remember?
Yes, the category was the creepiest Taco Bell worker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Previous Taco Bell employee. Yes. And Vinny brought in a guy named the Taco Bell Strangler. So I can only imagine how this one went.
Here's the deal. They actually called him the Charlotte Strangler.
Yeah.
I
There were
called
so
him
many
the
people
Taco Bell.
strangling people. They're like, we got to get something that's a little bit that pinpoints a little bit more.
I narrowed it down a little bit.
Yeah.
The Taco Bell Strangler. And Carl, who did you bring?
I brought Dejan Drake.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a guy who was homeless, working at Taco Bell, and then murdered the guy who let him live with him for a little while out of the kindness of his heart.
Yeah,
Seems like a real creep to me.
So, yeah, let's find out who won. Danny?
Okay. Well, we've got, let's see, 71% of the vote. So it's kind of close.
No, that's not close. That's a blowout. That's a blowout. It's okay, Danny. I deserve it this week.
Yeah.
I deserve it.
Well, Vinny and Henry Wallace is the winner this time.
Fuck yeah.
I love it. I'm happy. I'm back in this game.
Congratulations.
Carl. I got the one.
Is that the current score? Did you jump the gun on our graphic?
I did jump the gun on
That's
actually,
what
but I got the
thought.
one.
I thought it was up to nothing. Okay.
Yep.
So the current score is 2-1 now, and we will compete in today's category, which is the creepiest real estate agent.
Hey, you know what that means, though?
What does that mean?
One more for the good guys.
All right, let's move on. I got to put this loss behind me. I'm just looking forward to the next one. I got to put that behind me. I got to have a short memory and just go and just do the best I can week to week.
Carl
That's
loves
my mindset.
putting stuff behind him.
That's right. It's very good.
Danny, thank you.
Danny, welcome back. You weren't on the program. We had Mahalia fill in for you last week.
Yeah,
Did you get a chance to watch Mahalia's performance?
I did. She did awesome. She always does awesome, though.
Yeah.
I love her.
She was pretty good.
You gonna take that shit from her though? Because her and Carl were talking some shit.
No, we weren't.
I think this is your opportunity to call both out for being shitty friends.
I got to say, Danny's given us 2 reasons why she is our tops results girl today. Thank you, Danny, for that. You're killing it.
Well, thank you. I missed you guys, so I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. Bobus Auto Detail, he's saying right now already, pregnancy has been kind to Danny's body, especially the top half. Thanks to the
It's good
$5
for our program too. People don't get here for the early part of the show are missing out. You got to set your alarms. Click that notification button so you know when we're going live, everyone. 1:00 Eastern every Monday.
And make sure you follow Danny at Danny Desolation on Instagram. She's got a few weeks left till Lady K is born.
That's right.
Little Lady K. We're excited for that.
How you feeling about it right now? You feeling good about it?
Yeah, just scared. It's a scheduled C-section, so it's That's just scary, surgery.
Yeah. I'd be pretty scared about it myself if that was coming up in my future. So good on you, Danny. I'm sure you're the most uncomfortable you've been right now. I'm sure things are not fun.
Yeah.
But
Not great, but it's okay. Only 5 more weeks.
only 5 more weeks. You got this.
All right. Well, we will see you next Monday. Take it easy, Danny.
Bye, Danny.
Carl,
Yes, sir.
ring that fucking bell. Let's go.
Are we ready to go? All right, you won, so you get to go first. Present your creepiest real estate agent.
That's him, Carl.
All right, you might win this one.
That's him.
He looks creepy. He looks like Dr. Steve 25 years ago.
This guy looks way more together than Steve. Steve has crazy eyes.
I know.
This guy has what I like to call dead eyes. My creep, though, in spite of his dead eyes.
You talking about me, or are we focusing on the creep now?
I'm talking about the creep.
Okay, good.
He has a very distinguished career in real estate, Carl.
Oh, yeah?
He was the owner of Jones, Goodell, and Associates Incorporated in Arroyo Grande, California. Guy was a real mover and a shaker. He's involved with many different charitable and community organizations, the Woods Humane Society, the
Who fucking cares?
It matters.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck?
It matters.
So, what's the interesting part?
He was the president of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yep.
He was also the president of the Association of Realtors locally. So I'm just trying to say this guy's very accomplished and well thought of in his community. He had a very clean criminal record too, except for one instance in 1995 when he was charged with misdemeanor molesting a child.
Okay, that's a misdemeanor.
Apparently in California. We all know how that
California
goes.
is the best, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Melton, you got to move one state over.
So
buddy.
the good news for Lenny was that his lawyer convinced the district attorney to drop the charges if he did 2 years of counseling.
Oh, okay, good.
So
Yeah.
he did the 2 years of
And
counseling.
by the way, that's what gets people over their need and desire for young children is just some counseling.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, yeah, what was I thinking?
Well,
Thanks, Doc.
I got good news for you, Carl. It
Yes.
was a success story because in January 2015, he was honored by the Chamber of Commerce as 2014 Citizen of the Year.
Oh, he's the comeback kid.
Comeback king.
Nice.
That's him. Talk about a success story, Carl.
That's great.
Well, let's fast forward to 2 months later.
Nah, let's not. Let me do my guy now.
No, let's
Oh.
talk about
Okay.
March 24th. He, for some reason, was hosting a child's birthday party at his house.
Okay.
Seems like a strange place to do it.
Uh-huh.
According to one mother, she notices Letty leading her 6-year-old daughter into a bedroom.
Okay.
She then tried to follow him in, but Lenny had locked the door.
Okay. I guess Lego time is important to him.
Yep,
Sure.
Yep. The woman pounded on the door for what seemed for a little bit, like banging on it. Hey, let me in, let me in.
Hey, I'm trying to maintain an erection in here. Can you stop pounding on the door?
Well, she eventually goes to the door and she attempts to get inside, but he blocks her from getting in. Like he's literally fighting a woman at the door.
Mm-hmm.
When she gets into the room, she finds, from what I read, her shirtless 6-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Not great. Now, she also had a 9-year-old daughter at the party, but at this point,
Which one was hotter?
unbeknownst to her, the daughter had already seen the bedroom.
Oh,
The 9-year-old had already been in there.
that's not good.
It was just the 6-year-old's turn, you see.
I
Now,
don't know if you realize how funny this is, but their ages spell out 69. Did you think about that, Benny? Did you put that in your notes?
Carl, did I put that in my
Did you
notes?
write that in your notes? We're gonna have a joke about that. I beat you to it. 'Cause it's
69!
pretty fucking funny, right?
We're killers.
Pretty good stuff.
Disgusting, vomit-inducing thing.
This guy brought them both into that bedroom and did some things with them. I don't know what he did with them, but I could speculate. I can tell you
with different font sizes.
that the police showed up.
Yep.
Police showed up, started an investigation, and pretty quick they found out there was another 12-year-old girl who took a tour of the bedroom as well that day.
Everyone's gonna tour this bed. It must be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it turns out after police examined his computer, they also found out that it was more than just those 3 girls. You see, while searching through the files, they found that he had taken a 3-year-old boy into that room and posed him for all sorts of photographs. It's camera time with Uncle Lenny. Now, they also found some photo and video evidence backing up the stories of the other 3 girls. Oops.
No,
Way to go, Boomer, citizen of the year.
I'm known to give advice to probably the creepiest people among us. It's probably not a good thing that I do, but I'm going to do it anyway. If you're going to take photos that are wildly illegal, use a green screen and put somebody else's bedroom behind them.
Brilliant.
Maybe an enemy, maybe a competitor, a competing real estate agent that you don't like in a photo of their bedroom or even outside their house. I don't know. And
That's
put
a good
that in
idea.
there.
And then you put it on a billboard.
Oh my God.
You ruined their
That's
business.
actually a fucking great idea. Can you believe this pervert likes 3-year-old boys being naked in his bed? If you need a new home, work with us.
Yeah. Don't worry. No pedos here.
It's just so stupid to like have your furniture in the background of these types of images, as we learned last week on the Creep Off.
Here comes Dwyer Christian, one of the Creep Off MVPs, Chad MVPs. Heaven forbid you use a hotel room, Lenny.
Green screens are cheaper, but I hear what you're saying. If you're not on a budget, get a nice hotel room. Good
Now,
point.
he was arrested on April 13th, and I cannot tell you what happened inside of that bedroom because the details of this have been pretty under wraps because of the age of the children.
They probably just played patty cakes and shit.
But here's what I can tell you.
Mhm.
I could read you the list of charges he got from the incident.
All right.
Okay, let's start with 4 counts of felony child molestation, 4 counts of misdemeanor molesting a child, possession of child pornography, kidnapping, forced oral copulation,
Okay. Yep.
penetrating a minor with a foreign object,
Okay.
using a minor for sex acts,
Mm-hmm.
false imprisonment, and the one that got dropped when he eventually pled guilty and no contest, destroying of evidence.
Okay.
Now, he really does seem repentant for all of it, though, Carl. He's very repentant for drinking too much that day because it was alcohol.
Oh, blame
It was all alcohol's fault.
Alcohol. Yeah.
He said that day I binged myself into a black hole and I did nothing to control my alcohol addictions. And by not controlling the addiction, I destroyed my life.
Well, you destroyed more than just your life.
Well, and I
asshole.
hurt others.
Yeah, it's
I
not about
destroyed my
you.
life and I hurt others.
It's not
he
about
said.
you. There's 3 kids who are afraid of men in their 40s now.
He gave a great apology. He went, my bad. So I pencils have erasers.
That is why pencils have erasers. Yep.
Now, Lenny accepted a plea deal in which he pleaded no contest to several of the charges. As part of this plea deal, he was sentenced to 15 years in prison. And there's a civil lawsuit as well, Carl, which I think you would find this part interesting.
Okay.
He entered into a confidential settlement agreement brought by the families of 2 of the victims. They have since then alleged he tried to conceal property and assets following his arrest so that his victims could not win money from him in any future lawsuits resulting from a criminal conviction. And the settlement's been sealed by the court and not a public record. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my creep, Uncle Larry Jones.
I like Gartner fan says this guy has 99 problems and children are all of them.
It's about right. So
All right.
he was a pretty successful guy. And one day he went fucking crazy at a kid's birthday party.
Well, yeah, the one that he was hosting, though. At least he was a good host for
Come
most
on.
of the kids. Most of the kids, he was a good host. Some of
Well,
them.
He just
Not
didn't
so
get as
much.
far down the list as I think he wanted to.
You
It
think that's
seems
what
like
it
he
is?
was just taking them one at a time, and then one ma caught him.
We're gonna have some more children's birthday party fun in Carl's Cop Camp today. I'll tease that.
Yeah.
But first,
He sold his house to a woman named A. Melendez for $10, it says.
wow, that is creepy behavior. Well, speaking of which, since we're bringing creepiest real estate agents, I saw Dang Lizard predict this in the chat earlier. I'm bringing one stuttering John Melendez as my creep. I'm kidding. I'm not doing that. I actually have a guy named Henry Zhang.
Henry.
Henry Zhang, 32 years old. He lives in Melbourne, Australia. Chinese guy. And
A Chinese Australian.
yeah, they're kind of like Mexicans here in the United States.
Are
in
we not
Australia.
allowed to do accents anymore in 2024?
I-
Because
I-
a Chinese Australian guy accent would be a lot of fun to attempt.
I would love to hear Shane Gillis's take on it. That would
Good
be amazing.
game, right?
He's already lost the job on SNL. He could do it now, but not me.
Oh, no.
Sounds like a
just a lot
Chinese
of
accent,
fun.
but everything ends in a question.
Yeah.
I like that. So he hires a 35-year-old escort. You know, prostitution's legal there
Nice.
in Australia. And he happens to know because he's a real estate agent. He knows this vacant property in Melbourne and says, hey, I'll tell you what, why don't we go to this house? No one's living there and we'll just have a blast tonight. And so he hires this woman.
Are you allowed to do that when you're a real estate agent?
Probably not.
Have parties at the houses?
I would guess not, especially because what he decided to do with her was smoke all of the meth that he had on him. They call it ice.
Okay.
So they started smoking this meth together. And he's got a big stash, and they're having a blast. This is party time, fun time, smoking up meth, having a good old time. And then finally it's like, okay, now it's sexy time. Let's get down to business. Unfortunately, though, Zhang's dick didn't work. He couldn't get it up.
Man, fucking meth.
One more side effect of meth. I don't understand why this is being sold to anyone. It seems crazy.
Let's talk about it, yes, sir. Let's talk about all the bad things and the bad things meth heads see.
His dick don't work.
So he says, listen, I'll get this figured out, but I'm going to need to extend our time together. Now, at this point, all the meth has been smoked. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go. You had me for this much time. I'm going to get out of here now.
I mean, how many times do I have to watch you try to stuff that thing inside of me?
Right. It is embarrassing for sure. So he doesn't like that because he's like, wait a second. We've been sitting here. I let you smoke all my drugs. I paid you money. I've not even nutted yet. And now you think you're going to leave? No. So he grabbed her, shoved a sponge in her mouth, and tied her up to the bed and began raping her repeatedly.
With his dick that doesn't work?
Oh, he figured out a way. Where there's a will, there is a way.
This doesn't add up.
Let me read to you the headline from the Daily Mail. It says, real estate agent who became the devil bound the wrists of a sex worker and raped her in a vacant house after they smoked ice together.
Sounds like a Saturday.
So it's 3 a.m. She's tied up. He's doing his thing. This goes on for hours. At 6 a.m., he finally has had his fill. He decides, you know what? I want my money back since she smoked out my drugs.
And I had to rape you.
Yeah, right.
Like, I mean, it's not like you gave it up. I had to freaking go the extra
It's a lot
mile
of work on my part
to get what I paid for.
Money. So he steals his money back.
I'll tell you what. I don't think I would take all of it. I'd take like, I don't think I'd leave as good of a tip.
You know what he did? He took all of it and then some. He took his money back. He took her purse and her phone and stole all of that.
I bet you he's a realtor. He left a card, right?
Left his card for sure. Yes. If you can get a referral, there is a fee for you. Any referral will give you 1%.
I got a bird dog fee on there. 1%. Hit me up.
So the prosecution's case alleged that he tortured and was brutal and was extremely disturbing and shocking. The woman, after being raped repeatedly, fled the property around 6 a.m. when the smoke alarm sounded, running naked and screaming into the street where her driver was parked. Remember, this is a legal thing that they're doing. So her driver's with her, just going, it's taking longer than usual. Oh, well.
Huh. Why did that weird Chinese guy walk by holding her purse?
Yeah, right.
Walked right by.
Well, I know a lady who has a purse just like that. Interesting. They must shop at the same place. So the real estate agent is accused of sustained torture and brutal rape of women held against her will at a vacant property. And so that is my creep this week.
If I was his lawyer, I would just argue, no. Not only did I went in there with the intention of paying for sex, which is perfectly legal, but I was so good at it that she gave me her purse and her stuff, and I went my own way. She's trying to set me up.
That might work. So
She
Henry
said-
Zhang is the creepiest real estate agent. Go vote at thecreepoff.com.
No, he's not.
Oh, I think he is.
The poll is up right now, folks. Let's go. Let's tie up this score. Another point for your boy Vinny, if you don't mind.
Guys, we already lost. We didn't hit the goal this morning on Steel Toe. I can't take more rejection. Please vote for Carl at thecreepoff.com.
Yeah, and by the way, can I respond to somebody earlier who said that my guy should have gotten life in prison? Correct. But I just want to point out, California, everybody, the great state of California. Carl, what time is it?
I think it's Carl's Cop Cam time.
Fuck yeah.
I can't wait to see Carl's Cop Cam. Fight with the cops for no reason. Will you please show me Carl's Cop Cam? Lose all your rights, ruin your life.
Hey, do you want to put up the Chinese super chat that we missed? No, above that. There you go. Wasabista, the Duke of Spicy Wasabi. I guess that would be
400 yen.
Yes, Japanese 400 yen. So gay and yet so gray and yet so gay. Is the lighting making my hair look more gray than usual?
I hope
We're getting
so.
a lot
That's why I
of gray
got it.
talk. I think it's the new lighting you put in the studio here.
Perfect. Should I turn it up for more folks? So you can
The
see all of his
worst.
grays.
We're still celebrating Super Chat Monday. Douglas Nelson, Mr. Nelson, says, dang jang, no bang, only unshriveled hang.
Only shriveled hang.
Only shriveled hang.
Where'd you get the un
I
from?
don't know. It's a good question. My Brandon's been adding in words and syllables.
Can I ask
lately.
you? Can I ask you a question?
Please.
I've noticed this.
Okay.
You seem to be struggling a little bit with the reading,
Hmm.
and I'm not trying to be like the manager of the Cleveland Indians when he's trying to help Ricky Vaughn. But have you checked your prescription lately on those glasses?
This is the same prescription I've had for over a decade. I definitely need new glasses.
Because I was going to say, I've known you for a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like those are the exact same glasses
They
you've
are
always
exactly
had.
the same. I have not changed them, and my vision is only getting worse. That is correct.
So maybe it's time you just,
get new glasses. Yes, I agree, but that's a great idea.
Mhm.
That's a very good idea, actually. I appreciate the suggestion.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for that.
Get it together.
All right. Let's get into Carl's Cop Cam, brought to you today by Crime Time Cam, the YouTube channel. And this is a suggestion from Matthew Montgomery. And boy, is this a doozy. Let's start with clip number 1, getting pulled over.
I want to thank you, Matthew, for this. I'm looking forward to it.
Make sure to share the screen with everyone.
Yep, I'm about to. I'm just trying to get it all set. All right, here.
On August 26th,
That's what I mean. You gotta share the
2023,
screen.
officers conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle driving erratically with an unsafe number of occupants inside.
Roll the window down. What's wrong with you? Where's your idea? Where's your idea?
Okay.
I'm not sure I understand what's happening here so far.
Right, because you can't really see very well. And so there's this Tesla that's driving erratically. There's 8 people inside this car.
You can't fit 8 people in a fucking Tesla.
Including 5 children.
Oh, okay.
8 people, including 5 children. And so this woman's not pulling her ID out. So eventually they get fed up and just say, all right, it's time to get out of the car. This is my clip 2.
Miss, how you say your name? Step out real quick. Step out real quick. You don't need your purse to step out the car.
She's grabbing for her purse.
Ma'am, how many times I gotta tell you? Step out the car. I said get out the car. What's in this? Something's in here. Something in this car. Step out. Step out.
I got a piece. That's public intoxication. Chill out.
She brought up.
I got a piece so bad, y'all.
Take your glasses off.
So you heard in the car, the one person's yelling, I got to pee so bad. And the other one's going, shut up. That's a public intoxication. And this woman gets out and immediately she has to pee really bad. They're coming from a children's birthday party. That's why they have all those children in the car.
Sure.
And the next clip here, she really does have to pee bad. And she's going to just make it happen, I think.
Can I just say, it probably took her a little while to get out of that car because no one knows how to get the fuck out of a Tesla.
No, it is difficult. There's like buttons you have to program it,
This
I think.
fucking guy that people think is the smart fucking genius couldn't figure out a goddamn handle for the doors on these cars. Just want to point that
So
out.
antiquated, those handles.
I turn around and pee real quick, y'all.
Wait, that's not happening.
Come on.
You really about to,
Got to real bad.
you about to go to jail.
Why?
You about to go to jail. If you pee on the side of the road, no. Where you going?
I got to pee.
Bro, come here. What are you doing?
Oh,
no.
Uh-oh.
You can't get in that car.
And she's off. And she's off. And she's running from the cops. She's got to pee real bad, Vinny.
There's just piss coming out the window of the car.
She's got to go.
Wow. Just let her go pee in the fucking woods. Who gives a shit?
They weren't really happy with her demeanor at that point. So they
Yeah.
weren't having it. Now, what's coming up next here is that there is a high-speed chase that is happening. We can't see what the cop can, unfortunately. But she does drive into another vehicle. And that's where we're going to join them after she gets into this car accident.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
Get your ass over here. Get the down. Get your ass over here.
Uh-oh. She done lost her
Oh.
Put your hands on your back. Get your hands on your back. Get your hands on your back. You got your hands behind you. You crazy. drunk ass! Go drunk ass! Why would you do that? My child was in the car. My child.
Why would I do that? Why would you do that with your child in the car?
I think the other woman's yelling at her that. That woman right there has kids in the car. And she's going, why did you run from the police and run into a car just now? The fuck is wrong with you? I think is what's going on. There's a lot of melee happening.
She came from a kiddie party?
Yes.
Was she like the bounce house?
I think she was the bounce house. Yes.
Okay.
The discount bounce house for it.
Get what
All
you
right.
pay for, people. You get what you pay for.
So this is something that we've been seeing on these cop cams. There's a list of things that we kind of predict are going to happen. And one of the things we've been seeing lately is people just get out of their handcuffs very easily these days. So they stand this woman up and she's out of her cuffs and it's time to get into the cruiser and head to jail.
Great question, Jason Bark. Why are the cops' handcuffs pink?
That is a good question. You notice how they knew they were going to need two in order to handcuff her as well? They had to handcuff together, two handcuffs.
I wager one came from his private bag in his car.
Yeah, they were fuzzy too. That's weird.
He has another job he does at night. He's one of the hot cops.
Yes. She's just out of it. Yeah, it's the pink handcuffs too.
Get your ass. Hell no. Come on. Get your ass over here. Get your ass over here. You're going in this car. Get up.
Oh, you'll never get her up.
You don't need a goddamn ambulance. We're taking you to the hospital. Get your ass up.
So now she's just collapsed in front of the car and just is not going to move and using gravity to her advantage.
That reminds me of the story of, did you ever hear when Andre the Giant was in Japan? He went out and got so drunk. He came back to the hotel and he passed out in front of the elevator.
Yes, I did hear
And
about that.
They just left him there.
Nothing they could do.
People had to use the stairs, like, because you just can't move this.
That's pretty much what she looks like here is Andre the Giant if Andre the Giant were big the other way.
If Andre was
tall.
missing his wig, this would be
Yes.
it.
So now we're going to get to the hysteria over the fact that there's children involved in this car. And can we please think of the children?
Well, let's.
All them kids, look at them.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, guys. That was weird.
All them kids, look at them. All them kids. All them kids in the car. Hold it. I got you. Hey, get your breath. No. What the fuck is your problem? Dang.
The wig's still laying there.
Yep.
Why would you do that? You could have told us to get out the car. You could have said, y'all get out. Why would you do that? Damn, man. It's my child. My child in the front seat. Hello.
So everyone's turned on the driver of this vehicle. As you can tell, the police are not happy with her.
They want to go home.
They did not
She's
want this
the
to
worst
happen.
officer.
Yes. Right. So they're pretending like they have nothing to do with any of this, of course.
JFK had Chunk nailed it. La Andre the Giant.
Yes.
That's the name of this episode.
All right. So let's find out more information about this driver that you probably weren't ready to hear. This is shocking.
Stand up. Stand up.
I'm hurt. I'm pregnant.
Hey, guess what? You're still going to jail hurt and pregnant.
I know
Sit
that.
up.
You think she's pregnant, Minnie? I know that there's a community of people who enjoy people who are larger size, but you really think that she's pregnant?
Well, Carl, if she's not,
I think she's not.
well,
I'm going to throw it out.
it's
there. I think
hard
she's
when her
lying.
gut is hanging that far out.
I think she's lying. That's not a pregnant belly right there. That is everything is big on that woman.
Mhm. I'm figuring twins.
So
If
I
she
mentioned
is.
that they got into a car accident as she was speeding away from the police.
Yeah.
Let's see what the other car looks like.
Oh no.
Whose car is this?
So you see the back
Yo, you all
is
right, man?
completely smashed
What's
in.
wrong, man? You
The
sure?
front
You all right, bro?
is smashed in.
Let me check you out. Let me check you out. You sure? How's
She
your
must hit
arm?
that car twice.
Legs, everything good?
Bounced off the back and the front.
Damn.
Ran it right off the road.
I don't even know how you do that.
Yeah. There was some accident right there.
Jesus Christ. The only thing that would have done more damage is if she sat on it.
Correct. And right now the ground is sustaining damage because she will not get up. They're asking her to stand up. She's refusing to do it.
We need an ambulance and a forklift.
Yeah, pretty much. So the ambulance is on its way, and it turns out she gave a fake ID to them because the ID says she weighs 100 pounds.
So how long you gonna keep lying to me, wasting our time? What's your name?
Selena.
What did she give y'all?
I got her ID. Shit. She talk about she 5'8", 100 pounds. What's she talking about, bro? Hey, Miss Lady, what's her name? We just bro. Let me tell you something. The ID she gave us, she's saying she 100 pounds, bro. But look, it say 100 pounds on ID, bro.
Lead the party. She said she'll take us home. I'm being real with you.
What's her name, bro?
I don't know her real name.
You don't know her name?
I don't know her real name.
This is training. This community have all been trained to never give up anyone's name to the police, no matter what. This was the woman who was just hysterical that she took off with the kids in the car in a very dangerous situation. It's like, what's your name? It's like, I don't know. I don't know anyone's name.
It's the dumbest thing to lie about to the cops.
It really
too.
is. They're gonna figure it out.
100. She 100 pounds. She weighs more than that in space.
No one wants to drop the dime. So
All right.
Now, this is great. This is one of the things that you can predict when people don't want to go to jail. Is all of a sudden they're having a medical emergency. Check this out.
Turn her on the left side. Left side. Left side. Left side. Left side. In case it's real. Left side. Left side. Left side. Come on, left side.
It's like she's pretending to have convulsions or something.
Oh no, I think she's having a Big Mac attack.
It's fake.
I got her right now.
It's time for a search and seizure.
I don't know if she had a seizure or what. You took her out from what am I talking?
Was she in an accident? I need to know. Yeah, she was in an accident. Okay. She was the driver of this car over here.
I love the EMT comes over. None of the police are buying this at all. They're just like, all right, now she's doing this thing. All right, okay, yeah, well, we're really worried for you.
Dwyer Christian is really working hard to win MVP of the chat today.
Okay.
Roll her out of comic, silly putty.
Yes, it's backwards, but it's fun.
Oh God,
that's great. So
she doesn't bounce though, bro.
The EMT wants to check with the kids of the other mom. They want to check to see if everyone's okay. And the mom's refusing that. And they're like, well, this woman's drunk. So that's a problem. And she's all worried that if the kids see her, so this is not the driver. I didn't pull this part. It's not interesting. Not the driver, but the other woman there who was yelling at her.
Mm-hmm.
She tells the police, she's like, look I've been drinking, but if you put me in handcuffs in front of my kids, it'll be very traumatic for my children to see that. It's like, man, remember what just happened where you sped away from the police and then ran into a car and zoomed off the road?
No, sir. I'm drunk. I don't.
Okay. Well,
I
that
don't
was probably the
recall.
more traumatic part for the kids. What about riding in a car with a wasted retard? You remember that part? That was pretty bad for your kids.
That was going well until you showed up.
Okay.
I'm the victim here. Don't you forget it.
That's a good point. You probably would have just made it home safely. So now the woman is back in the back of the ambulance. They finally get her up. They finally get her on a stretcher. They get her to the back of the ambulance.
Dude, how?
It takes a lot of effort, but
Okay.
they're able to pull it off.
All right.
And she's a bit hysterical. Now, she had asked for an ambulance. She didn't want to go to jail. She was like, I need an ambulance. You remember her saying that?
I
need
do.
an ambulance. I'm hurt.
I also remember her award-winning performance.
Right. So now she's pretty upset about the ambulance, the EMTs that are working on her.
Oh.
Let me go. They keep trying to take my blood. I'm so can't take my blood.
Man, we was in a car accident. Calm down.
Tell them to stop, officer. They're not right. They're not right.
Stop fighting.
They're not right. Officer, why you doing this to me? You didn't tell me your number.
Hey, get up, stop.
You did it to me, officer. Officer, had to go. They doing this to me. They hurt my neck. Officer, they hurt me.
You asked for the.
They hurt me. They hurt me. They hurt me.
You asked for medical.
They hurt me. You see him? That don't hurt me.
Nobody's hurting you. Nobody's hurting you.
All right. So this is all blurred out because I assume that her shirt's been removed or something like that. But now she's asking the police to help her because the EMTs are hurting her. And he's like, you asked to go to an ambulance. This is why you're here right now. I was going to just take you in my cruiser and bring you to jail.
I believe that in some states, if you're in an accident like this, they automatically take a blood sample as
Sure.
evidence.
Yeah.
If you're involved in a car accident like this.
Yeah. I mean, she's going to get what she's going to get at
Mhm.
this point, you would think. So listen to the lies now. They ask if
I am 100 pounds.
no, worse than that.
Oh, okay.
No, she's claiming she wasn't driving the car. And that's followed by something that she repeats 8 or 9 times in a row.
Oh, good.
You was driving the car, right?
No.
You don't lie about that?
No, I wasn't driving the
I
car.
wasn't there first. Stop. Why they hurt my leg?
Relax.
Why they hurt my leg?
Get off of him.
Why they hurt my leg? Why they hurt my leg? Why they hurt my leg?
Why they hurt
Why
my
they
leg?
hurt my leg?
Good question.
Why they hurt my leg? Why they hurt me? It's better than Officer Smith. It's Smith, you wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You're wrong.
I got it.
You're wrong. Officer Smith, you wrong. All my life, you wrong. You just sit here and watch them do me like that.
You the only one here acting a fool.
I love that. It's like, you're the one who's acting a fool right now.
That's a good point.
All right. I like the jive talk between the EMTs, the police, and this hysterical woman. It's pretty fun. So then she starts yelling, "They hurt me, officer. Officer, they hurt me," over and over again. He responds calmly with, well, you asked for an ambulance. And so you can only guess. Oh, what do you got something?
Oh, no. Fucking Sam Bibley just cracked it up. He goes, they blurred out the video because of the unedited video. The EMTs have her in a leg lock.
It's very possible. That's why they had to blur it out.
The figure 4. They got her the
hurting her
figure
leg.
4.
All right. So
Officer Smith strapped it on.
You know what's coming next, Vinny. This is one of the staples of people who don't want to be arrested. This is what they like to yell out.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is it about suing someone?
It's the other one. There's 2 things. One is this woman's never talked to an attorney.
Okay.
That wasn't a good that was a good conversation.
Uh-huh.
It's not about an attorney. It's the other one.
Okay. Wow. Here we go.
Y'all hurt me. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Honestly, I cannot breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I like Wapio says, my trifold says cops have to answer any question you ask them 5,000 times. Hashtag Constitution.
M9, thanks for the $1.99. Big Mama's DUI.
It's the sequel will be better, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden she can't breathe, even though you can clearly hear her breathing as she screams, "I can't breathe," over and over again.
Oh.
Does this ever work? Can we start teaching people this doesn't work?
Well, here's why it doesn't work, everybody. Because if you could get enough oxygen in your lungs to produce that kind of a noise,
yes,
you can breathe.
It's why when someone's choking, you ask them, "Are you choking?" to see if they can answer or not.
S says she summoned Beetle Floyd. Oh,
Beetle
no.
Floyd, Beetle Floyd, Beetle Floyd.
Oh, no.
All right.
God, you people are monsters.
So that's a pretty fun adventure, I have to say.
What are the charges?
Taking into Matthew, let's see what the charges are for this.
I'm
incident.
interested.
The woman was charged with multiple counts of child cruelty, DUI, fleeing a peace officer, reckless driving, and resisting arrest.
Sounds about right.
Assault on a buffet, too, was thrown in there.
Yeah, what kind of party was going on at that Chuck E. Cheese? They do serve beer there, right?
I believe they do.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
All right, Carl.
So that was the Cop Cam today, and thank you very much again for sending that in, Matthew.
Matthew, you are a good egg.
He sends that to me, you, and the Drew Lane Show, and I always like to usurp the Drew Lane Show with these.
Matthew,
every time.
Stop sending them to Drew.
You can send them to Drew. We'll just play it first. We just have it first.
Send them to us, buddy.
He does.
You're a creepo, you know it. All right, time for some voicemails.
The Creep Off voicemail segment is brought to you by the City of Syracuse. Today we'd like to announce pending litigation against one Colin Farrell for his work in The Penguin. He's obviously stealing from our trademark look. Anyone got John's lawyer's number? See you in Syracuse.
I wish I got the reference. I haven't seen what he looks like in that. Oh wait, no, actually I have started watching that. What am I talking about? I forgot
You
that
did?
Yeah, I forgot that was Colin Farrell. Doesn't look anything like him.
You know where I'm at with anything Batman?
What's that?
Where you are with anything Star Wars. No fucking thanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really Batman. It's just a mafia thing. So far, anyway. I just started it.
Is anyone else enjoying how people are freaking out over this Joker movie?
I don't know anything about it. What's going on? There's like real news happening in the world. My house is about to get taken away from me.
Got to pay those mortgages.
No,
Carl.
not
That's what
that.
I'm telling you.
Not that. It's this Hurricane Milton that wants to take it away from me. So there's more important things than Joker 2. But what's going on with it?
Well, you know, that Todd Phillips made the movie, the first Joker with Joaquin Phoenix.
Great, too. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. And a lot of people feel that movie sent out a message to basically incels and made them too happy for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
So,
is this a correction?
Todd Phillips, from what I understand, and I don't know if this is the case, also felt that way. He didn't like the way people responded to it. So he brought in Lady Gaga to play Harley Quinn, and the movie is a musical.
Fuck you. That's not
I'm
true.
happy about it. I fucking hate the Joker. I've said this on a million times on this show. The reason why I hate the Joker as a character is because of the people who like the Joker.
Okay.
To me, this is finally the joke that I like.
Okay, but the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix was a very different role.
Agreed.
It harkens back to like gritty 70s taxi driver and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. I liked the movie.
Yeah.
I just hate people who wear Joker t-shirts and all the fucking culture. How many people on this show have we featured that have like posters of the Joker and Joker tattoos?
That's true. Nick Rekieta also famously has a Joker painting behind him. So
cool.
There you go.
Cool.
Baldos and Jokers.
Cool. So yeah, I'm getting a kick out of that. If anybody's seen it, I'd love to know your impressions. Let us know. Leave us a voicemail.
Is it really a musical?
Yes. Fuck. I almost want to go.
How do I not know about that?
I almost want to see it just so I can laugh, but I'm also not going to give them money or fucking waste my time.
Right. Well, maybe we can steal it at some point.
Harpua, you are correct. Jack Nicholson was phenomenal. That was like one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Sure.
And everything's been downhill since Batman Returns.
Jesus fucking Christ, boys. Trying to listen to the new episode and I can't even get to the fucking beginning. Bitch is really fucking annoying. And she's taking shots at my girl Danny. No, this cannot stand.
This person was more upset about it than Danny was.
Yeah, I guess so.
Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. Thanks for calling in. Next one.
All right, may I please get a number 14, please? With a Diet Pepsi? I'll take some fire sauce, and if you listen to podcasts, you should listen to the Creep Off. They're doing an episode about the Taco Bell Strangler, and I'm like, yep, I want Taco Bell now.
Okay. And what sauce did you put on that?
Fire, please.
Of course. And is everything on that menu board looking correct?
Yep, sure does. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. That's level 713 at the second window.
All right. I don't think she's going to listen to the Creep Off, guys. I tried.
Thank you very much.
I believe everyone from now on, wherever you go, should be recommending the Creep Off just like that.
I agree. And I also love that was an advertisement for Taco Bell. Not what we intended at all. But I like that.
Hey, Gut, thanks for the $5. He says the J in JDI stands for the Joker after they raped him in Joker 2. Did they actually rape the character? Because I think I heard that they did. There's a jailhouse rape of the Joker.
Someone suggested, I was going to say this earlier, that maybe we put watching Joker 2 on the Wheel of Consequences.
I swear to God, I was about to stop you because if you were about to fucking recommend we put jailhouse rape on the wheel.
No,
I keep telling you no, Carl.
No, definitely not that for sure. I looked it up because people in the chat are saying that it's not a musical. According to Google, it says Joker 2 is actually a musical. Following the trend of movies like Mean Girls and Wonka, the marketing and creative team behind Joker have refrained from making it clear the movie is a musical.
Holy shit. John Ziermites, he's been a member for 1 month. That's the only paying member I think it's safe for me to say. A bit heavy on the rouge today, Carl. JK, you're our generation's Fonzie.
There's new lighting in the studio. People are picking up on that.
I think it looks great. I think you look alive.
I
Usually
was in
you look
makeup
corpsey.
for longer than usual. That's why we started a little bit late today.
I
I just love that chair.
Here's a quick one.
Okay, this is Mystery Krabs, but he's gay. Okay. All right. Yeah. SpongeBob, me boy. Swab me poop deck with your tongue.
All right.
All right. Fuck you.
Thank you. Thank you. And last one, suggestion for the Wheel of Consequences.
Hey guys, I have a consequence. I think it would be really, really funny if the loser had to kiss a dog's butt. I don't mean like the butthole. I mean like he could kiss the butt cheeks, but he has to say to the dog, "I love you, dog," and he has to say the dog's name, and then he has to kiss the dog on the butt. That'd be so funny. Oh, well. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you later.
Rob Saul, we told you to stop calling.
That's not fair because Vinny already does that with his dogs.
I don't kiss
so
my
wouldn't it
dog's
be a
butt.
consequence?
I don't kiss my dog's
Bullshit.
butt. I do not. I don't.
I don't think we should add that.
I don't
to the
kiss my
wheel.
dog's butt at all.
I think you do.
I don't, though, Carl. You got any voicemails?
I don't.
All right. So if you want to leave us a voicemail this week, the number is 585-371-8108. And if you missed that, you could find that information or email and all of our social contacts on thecreepoff.com.
Shit.
Buddy, does this mean it's time for a scum parade?
It is.
I'm so excited.
Scum parade, take me on a raid of these fuck charades that these creeps have made. Scum parade, Vinny and Carl gonna tell you about some fuck shit. Scum parade, like stories of a kid fucked by his mom or dad, soaking up the blood of a cat. Scum parade.
Boy, do we got some scumbags for you today, don't we, Carl?
We sure do, Vinny. Although this first one I'm not so sure about. Let's get started in Arizona.
You don't think this guy with the foot fetish is a problem?
Please explain to us.
Okay. Well, Jesse Michael Johnson, 28, was allegedly caught via camera surveillance at a Superstar car wash in Gilbert, Arizona. Johnson, who has previous history of sex crimes, was arrested on Tuesday, September 24th, and charged with 3 counts of voyeurism and 3 counts of disorderly conduct. He was arrested with a $10,000 bond. Now, let's talk about what he did. In these 3 incidents, the defendant pulled into a parking spot next to the victim. Investigators wrote in the court documents. While each victim was vacuuming her vehicle, defendant hid under her SUV and spent several minutes under her vehicle. The defendant would climb out from under the vehicle when each victim was finished her vacuuming and then leave the area.
Okay, so the victims had what happened to them again?
He was jerking off under their cars.
Yep. And then what bad thing happened? Here's how I know.
You can't jerk off at the car wash.
Here's how I know these people are not
I
victims.
assume unless you work there.
Here's how I know these people are not victims, because in the article, one of the victims was quoted as saying that they're having nightmares. If that's the way you have to pretend that something bad happened to you, yeah, and I'm having bad dreams about it, are you? I had a dream I didn't have my homework done, and I wasn't prepared for a test.
And my teacher was jerking off under my car.
What am I going to do, sue SUNY Brockport
It's a
for
horrible
that?
dream. Carl, I understand where you're coming from, but the fact that there's a guy out there, this is where he's going, he falls under the label of creep. If he's crawling under cars and jerking off in public, he's a creep.
These women are always showing off how nice their feet look. They're getting their pedicures.
I know, I love it, don't you?
They got
Fucking love it.
all that new color on
They
their
got
toenails.
the nice little toenails.
Yep, they're all proud of themselves. And then when someone admires them, they get all upset. And the one woman was just like, "Oh my gosh!" And I had my kids with me, and it just reminded me, you got to keep an eye on your kids. This guy doesn't care about your kids, lady. It's not about you.
Yeah.
About those
I would make
tootsies.
sure to run your car back through that car wash and get the undercarriage wash.
That's the thing. At first, when he said he's at the car wash, I was like, okay, I understand why he's going underneath cars. But no, they're just vacuuming, so it's probably not the cleanest place to be.
Yeah, he's
While you're
just under there fucking
jailing.
cranking it out.
I got to be honest with you. If I saw that chick KP from Mojo in the morning, if she was vacuuming her car, I'm pulling up next to her.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Am I a
That's fine.
creep?
Are you going
Don't
to
answer
whip it
that.
out and jerk it off
No.
under her car?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to take photos and videos like a respectable person.
This is
You know what? This is
I
what,
feel like
this is
there's
what I'm mad about with this article video. I'm sorry to say this.
Please.
He doesn't even shove a toe in his mouth. I would expect if you're going to arrest this guy, throw him in jail, he's at least sucking out a toe or two.
Carl, you can't jerk off in public for the 100th time.
Does it say he's jerking off? It actually doesn't.
Well, they don't know that he did because of the fact that the camera.
Oh, thank you. Rest my case, Your Honor.
because the camera doesn't go under the cars.
Right. So no one even knows what he was doing. He was just admiring these ladies' nice, pretty feet that they probably put a lot of time and effort into.
Okay. Well, let's go to a hospital.
Okay.
In Georgia, Carl.
It's going to get worse, people.
There's a man who's a bit of a problem. He sexually assaults a stroke patient then hidden in a trash can. A man is accused of stripping naked and sexually assaulting a stroke patient as she slept in a hospital room. He remains behind bars. His name is Shaman Pierce. He's 24. He hid in the trash can for more than an hour after the incident in Grady Memorial Hospital in Atlanta. He was arrested on charges including sexual battery in the September 27th attack. Now,
have you seen those robes they make you wear? I'd rather be naked too. These things are embarrassing.
Not wrong.
Have you ever been horny in a hospital room before? It's not a place where erections usually exist.
Not really.
No, not at all.
But they're used in so many porns.
Are they?
The nurse thing.
I must skip past those.
The nurse thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, man.
I only watch
a hot nurse in scrubs. There's nothing wrong with that, dude.
I'm sorry, say that again?
A hot nurse wearing scrubs. There's
Sure.
nothing wrong with that.
As long as she's
dude.
not in a hospital. Yes.
Well, I mean, where else is she going to be? On the stripper pole with her scrubs?
Now you're talking.
That might actually be a business I'd start.
Now you're making some points. Think of a little house call, a little in-home.
I just call the place Scrubs. That'd be the name of it.
That's a good idea.
I get sued by that fucking goofy guy.
Check your blood pressure when you're coming to Scrubs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There'll be a blood pressure machine out front.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay to use it, of course.
Well, yeah, everything's pay.
Yeah. So he told police he was high and smoking drugs before he tackled the woman and got into bed with her. Quote, he was just trying something new, he said. The hospital staff first spotted Pierce on an elevator.
Try something new. Rape. I'll try anything once. Hey, what are you going to do? Not a smart idea.
Well, YOLO is
Right.
his motto.
Of course.
So he's on an elevator, and the hospital staff says he lit what they thought was a cigarette. Turned out to be a crack pipe.
Nice.
Staffers got off the elevator with Pierce and alerted hospital security. Authorities said, however, the suspicious man snuck away as they waited for security to arrive. Moments later, a nurse heard a commotion coming from a patient's room and ran to see what happened. According to the report, police said she immediately saw Pierce and the female patient both naked on the floor. The nurse captured images from her phone while calling for other nurses to respond. Can you believe this?
Her first thought is, well, you won't believe what happened at work today. She's posted on Instagram.
So they attempted to lock Pierce inside of the room to prevent him from escaping, right?
Uh-huh.
However, he was too strong and he overpowered them. Hold on, let me
Being
get
a
this
nurse
right.
is not an easy job.
So he's running through the hospital naked, and they're chasing after him. They lost him when he darted into a stairwell. I'll kill that. Security video showed Pierce in the basement, where authorities said he hid in a garbage can for over an hour. He used a hospital gown he found in a bin to cover up before leaving.
Oh, he did find a gown. Okay, good.
Yeah, just some used one.
Sure.
Ugh. Officers, you know what? Hold on a second. Do they throw those things out or do they wash them? Because if it's in the garbage, you definitely don't want to be wearing it.
I would think they throw them out. They're so cheap. I can't imagine they wash those things.
Depending on what part of the hospital you're in, like the emergency room ones, I think they wash. They're like a little thicker.
I don't go to the emergency room. I'm not
You don't
no
feel the
beast man
material
like
on
you.
those? No. Please, you
Not
are
from-
too.
I'm
You
not
are
from-
too.
I'm
We
not
wear the
familiar.
same size shirt, motherfucker.
Okay, good
Come
point.
at me, bitch.
Good point. Good point.
Come at me, bitch. I'll fucking race you right now.
By the way, nice shirt today.
What is going on here?
Cobra Commander represented.
My true allegiances. Now, they ended up catching him underneath a nearby bridge, which is
Okay.
where I would assume they
He
should have
lives?
started looking.
Yeah, right.
Back at the hospital, police say they spoke with the patient who said she was recovering from a stroke. The 47-year-old told police she had seen Pierce at the hospital a few times but didn't know him personally. She said she awoke to find the strange man trying to pull a cover over her head. He became aggressive when she questioned him, and then he climbed on top of her, she said. They both tumbled from the bed as she fought him off, with her left arm, I assume. The woman hit her head when she fell and complained of leg pain, according to the report. Pierce's clothing and a suspected crack pipe was later recovered from the hospital room.
So the hospital came out and they said that we're going to do things to make sure that this doesn't happen anymore.
Mhm.
There's now a sign up that says
No
crack.
crack.
Smoking.
Yep.
No rape.
Mhm.
So now people will think twice when they get in there. There's like, oh, that's not allowed here? Okay.
No excuse now.
Right.
You get one warning.
One warning.
One warning. So he remained in custody at the Fulton County Jail on a $10,000 bond. And by the way, if you have been sexually assaulted by a crackhead,
Yes,
in a
please.
hospital while recovering from a stroke, and you need someone to talk
Don't
to,
be embarrassed. It happens to all of us. All right, talk to someone.
has that ever happened to you, my love? National Sexual Assault Hotline for support. Call them up. 1-800-656-4673. Serious calls only.
Right. Let's not make up crazy stories about a guy smoking crack and then jumping on your hospital bed, wrestling on the floor while he's trying to rape you. They're not going to believe that kind of thing. It's too ridiculous.
You got to remember to put the Velcro on the ceiling.
Right.
I got nothing. That's a horrible, horrible thing to say. What does a GP mean, Carl, in this third article? I still don't understand.
I think it's like a police officer.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess. This guy worried about his inheritance. So he disguised himself as a nurse.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, this is a general practitioner.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else. Yeah, so this is like a doctor.
Okay, so this guy's name's Thomas Kwan.
Yep.
He his mother was dating a guy named Patrick O'Hara. And Patrick O'Hara and him didn't really get along. And he was a little upset, and he thought that his mother was going to leave everything to this boyfriend and not him.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah, agreed.
He's earned that money.
So he came up with a plan. So what he decided to do was murder the 71-year-old guy.
Right.
He had a great idea on how to do it.
Okay.
So what he did was he disguised himself as a community nurse and then went to the house.
Mhm.
Okay. He then gave the man a what was going to be a COVID vaccine.
Oh, God, that's going to kill him.
Well,
don't do that.
No, Carl. For once, I would tell you, you would be thrilled to have a COVID vaccine.
Why? There's something more dangerous than a booster shot?
Flesh-eating bacteria.
Oh, that doesn't sound very good.
Yeah.
What are the side effects?
Death.
Okay.
So police recovered a photograph from Kwan's computer of him in disguise with a wig, beard, and a mustache.
That's hilarious.
Because he went to his mother's house to do this. That's
Look
him.
at this. So it's his stepdad for,
all intents and purposes.
Right.
Yes.
And so he just shows up there with this shitty disguise on. Like they're not going to know. And they did. That's the best part.
So here's the thing. They fell for it. They completely fell for it.
Yeah.
The mother was like, could you check my blood pressure too? He's like,
She's
sure,
just trying to get out of there. He's
stranger.
like, I got a cold.
He put on surgical gloves, a mask, and tinted spectacles. He did not. Nobody at the house asked for ID.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either. If a nurse shows up that has the uniform and everything, he did a good job pulling it off.
Yeah. O'Hara started feeling increasing pain and eventually went to the emergency room where staff assumed the booster had been applied clumsily.
Yes, by the pharmaceutical company that made it.
Who did this? Pfizer? So he's in the emergency room. And they're like, oh, his arm was blistered and discolored. And they sent him back to the hospital, and doctors were baffled. They couldn't figure out what was going on. It became clear he was suffering from a rare and life-threatening disease called necrocrystin fasciitis. And
Oh, I love that band. Just saw them.
to remove large portions of the arm. He went into intensive care. The court heard Kwan lived with his wife and young son in a detached house of an executive estate not too far away. He had a deeply disturbing long-term interest bordering on obsession with poisons and chemical toxins.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
How come he's never co-hosted this show?
Because he was always in disguise. I can never find him.
Okay, I was going to say, if you know someone's obsessed with really creepy shit, tell him to call him into the creep off.
They found all sorts of fun stuff in his garage. Liquid mercury, sulfuric acid, arsenic. There were also castor oil beans and coffee filters. In the house was a recipe for manufacturing ricin.
Wait a second. My wife has all those things in the kitchen. Should I be worried about that? Is that a bad thing? I thought those were household staples.
Castor oil beans, you can make ricin from it, apparently. That's what they're saying in this article.
Ricin. I like fried ricin.
It's the only way to have it, really. Some shrimp. Kwan has admitted a charge of administering a noxious substance, but denies alternative charges of attempted murder or causing grievous bodily harm. It was my mistake, but he's at trial right now, so we don't know what's going to happen.
I know it's going to happen.
I have a pretty good idea.
Could be found
too.
guilty.
I'm pretty
Now,
sure.
The question I have that they don't answer in this article, which is the only question anyone should be thinking, how much money are we talking? I mean, he's going through all of this. Is this a substantial amount of money?
It better be.
It fucking better
You're a
be.
fucking doctor. Well, you know what? He's a doctor in England.
If he's they don't make a lot of money. If he's just trying to inherit a house or something, that's kind of messed up. I would say that's going too far, trying to kill the boyfriend. if that's all it is. But if it's a lot of money, a couple $1 million or something, got to do what you got to do.
Well, Carl, that leads us to our last story today.
You know what? Honestly, now that I think about it,
Okay.
if this woman's wealthy, let's say she is,
Mhm.
and now her husband passed away, she's a widow, she finds a new boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
That boyfriend's got to be thinking, I got to take out this son before he takes me out. The boyfriend should have thought of this and gotten ahead of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her son's a doctor, you say? Well, or you could just check ID when someone shows up to inject you with stuff.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point too. Are you wearing the disguise on your ID? No, I didn't wear my disguise that day. Oh, okay, that's why it doesn't look like you. Right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Carl, I want to introduce you to Saul Lucio Epini. Epina, I believe his last name is. Handsome gentleman. He's fucked. He got into a little bit of trouble. He pled no contest to torture charges at his trial in Michigan this week after his ex-wife gave emotional testimony about how he electrocuted her and forced her to stand atop a bucket with a rope around her neck.
That's fun. That if she said I had nightmares about afterwards, I'd be like, yeah, okay. I get that. You thought you could die at any second.
The thought of someone jerking it to your feet.
Right. And
Okay.
that's not a nightmare scenario. Standing on a bucket for 5 hours with a rope around your neck and your husband watches and goes, don't slip. Watch it. Hold steady. That's the thing nightmares are made out of.
Well, it will teach you to listen.
It's true.
So he faces the charges after 2 incidents that occurred last year in the couple's basement.
Mm-hmm.
The woman, the ex-wife, who's now divorced from, described to the jury.
Basements, not just for podcasting anymore.
Yeah.
Also torture rooms.
In Michigan, you could also use it for body storage.
That's
I've learned
true.
that.
Yes. Torture, body storage, or podcasting.
The first incident reportedly happened in January 2023. He accused the wife of cheating and forced her to the basement where he had a bucket on the floor and a rope hung on a ceiling beam.
Was he already prepared for this or something? He's just like, by the way, if you ever do cheat on me, I got that thing in the basement. So just FYI.
Dude, this is fucking crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
So he made her stand on top of the bucket. He put a rope around her neck, she said. At one point, she slipped off the bucket and hung in the air.
Now, okay, this is the part. How do you slip off a bucket? Vinny, she's just standing on a bucket. How do you slip off of a bucket from just standing on it?
Well, some people are clumsier than others.
I guess so.
At one point, like I said, she slipped off. And then about 2 months later, during another argument about infidelity, he again took her down to the basement where he forced her into a children's swing that hung from the ceiling. He tied me up with a rope and a metal wire around my arms.
Kinky, wow.
And through my back. She reportedly testified. I couldn't move if I wanted to. The terrifying abuse continued. She said he hooked jumper cables to the exposed wires, causing her to be electrocuted.
So this reminds me of the beginning of Ghostbusters with Dr. Peter Venkman.
Oh,
it's just electrocuting that guy over and over again. That's just good fun. That's how comedy start.
So he started giving her a lie detector test, basically, but that's not how those work.
No.
Anytime I would answer a question or didn't answer a question, he would zap me, she told the jurors. He had her tied up for 5 hours before he got tired and released her. So what's for dinner?
Yeah, right.
What's for dinner?
I don't want chicken tonight.
Yeah, his intent was to inflict as much pain and suffering as possible. Her attorney said by the end of the first day in opening statements and testimony, he had apparently seen enough and pled no contest to 2 counts of torture and witness interference. A no contest plea, just for those of you who don't
Witness
know.
interference. Do you think he was just standing in the courtroom with jumper cables, just like, you gonna fucking tell on me, bitch?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, that's witness intimidation,
Oh,
sir.
is it? Oh, okay, I'll put him away.
No contest.
I'm just gonna help out a buddy in the parking lot afterwards, but okay.
It's not an admission of it is basically a guilty plea, but it's not an admission of guilt, but it's treated as such during sentencing.
Yeah.
Which is scheduled for October 20.
I know, I read that part too. No contest isn't pleading guilty, but you'll still be found guilty. So what's the difference? I don't know how it helps you.
I don't know. It's just one of those bullshit things.
Maybe
at
it's
one
like,
point
you just put in a
someone
thing
was
that
like,
says like, my attorney can't figure this one out, guys. So it's whatever you're gonna do. We talked about
I
it.
feel
He
like that's
stumped.
kind of what it is. It's like an
Yeah.
Alfred plea. It's like
Yeah.
kind of the same thing. I did this, but you can't prove I did it. But I'll say, just for the sake of whatever, I'll take this deal and we'll be done with it.
That is true. They can't prove it. It's his word against her word against his.
Yeah. Come on. She slipped on the bucket.
Yeah, really?
Co-
You think that'd be funny? He brings in another woman, just like, can you stand on a bucket for 5 hours? Your Honor, I'm going to present to you this woman can stand on a bucket for 5 hours. I don't know why my wife says she can't. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. See this nice looking younger woman?
Yes, with bigger breasts. She can stand on a bucket.
Yeah. Why
Can't she, Helga?
Don't say Helga around me. It still triggers me.
I was watching them this morning.
Why?
They were talking about coming to Lisa announced she's coming to DabbleCon 3.
Oh.
And then they decided we were going to have
do I have a place I can display her casket?
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. They were talking a lot about death this morning.
Oh.
And then they were saying that in DabbleCon 3 they're going to come to and that we should have it in Vegas. And I was like, you're talking about Hackamania 2. And yes, please come to Hackamania 2 in
Or
Vegas.
don't.
We'll see you there.
Or don't. Yeah, you know what? Go to Hackamania 2. Go bother Patrick Melton. See how well that goes for you, Helga.
Helga also explained on the show today that we should be charging a fee to set up a booth to sell merchandise because at cons, people bring merchandise to sell. She doesn't understand that DabbleCon is a joke. It's not really a convention. Kind of like when Tell 'em Steve Dave, when Brian was explaining to Walt, yeah, it's like, yeah, I went to DabbleCon. They're like, so what do you do? Like meet people and get autographs and stuff? I was like, no, it's actually a whole weekend of comedy shows. We just call it DabbleCon because it's silly.
Yeah.
But it confuses people like Helga.
How many
apparently.
tables were there, Bri?
Yeah, right.
Just one from a lunatic.
She claims, Helga claimed this morning, she sold enough books to cover her entire trip, all the expenses.
Uh-huh.
So if you bought a book from Helga at DabbleCon 2, I can't imagine. I mean, please reach out to me. Let me know if you bought a book and if you're happy with that purchase. I did the book report on her book. I would not have paid for that.
Yeah. But we learned a lot about her from that book. So
We did.
maybe you enjoyed it. Probably not.
We learned a lot about how she's
Helga.
a compulsive liar.
I'm still pretty sore at you.
Oh no.
Still pretty sore at you for your
Shots
bullshit.
fired.
So Lisa, I wish you nothing but the best. We're cool, Lisa.
We should check and make sure we didn't miss any super chats because you like to randomly hit them from time to time.
Yep. Let's
You
take a
know how
look.
you are.
Yeah, we got that one.
Oh no, there's a bunch above that. We didn't.
No, we got them.
We didn't get that one. Michael C. Lazy K disavow the sundial clock. I disavow the sundial clock. Michael C. And Gut says, no more Thunder in Paradise, please. Are you insane, Gut?
Gut, we're getting there. There's only a few episodes left.
Are you insane?
We're gonna finish it off. You're lucky there's only one season of that sack of shit.
Rocco Orby 2002 says, see, we missed a bunch of these from earlier, Vinny. Sorry, Carl. I'm voting for Vinny. Just the fact that his guy got a misdemeanor child molestation charge.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then if he brought the state of California, I would vote for him too.
Well,
that's not what we're doing.
The state of California isn't a real estate agent.
That's right.
They do happen to have the creepiest one.
We should do creepiest state. We say the biggest creep in a state. No, just the creepiest state. That'd be a fun one to do.
I call Florida.
Fair enough.
Actually, you know what?
Florida might not be a state after this week, so
creepiest state.
We'll see.
Let me think here.
Alaska's got to be up there.
Might be Utah. Mormons.
Utah. Interesting.
They're up to no good.
Huh. Yeah, this would be a tough one.
Huh.
West Virginia? I don't know.
Oh shit.
A lot of options when it comes to creepiest state.
I don't know, guys. I don't even know how we could present that, but I'm willing to think about it.
Hey, call in if you want to talk about the creepiest state in the union. We'll take your callers the next hour.
Yeah, and let us know your favorite Halloween candy. Fuck it, I'll go hang myself. All right, you guys are the greatest audience in the history of audiences.
Agreed.
The creepos are the best. Fuck all the rest. Thank you, guys. We'll see you Friday for a bonus episode. The rest of you will be right back here on Monday.
Don't forget to go to thecreepoff.com. Vote for your pal, Carl.
He's the creep off comeback king. Clubbest foot I've ever seen. Watch him rock a cow G string. Makes my eyes sting. Carl's the comeback king.
That's right. The comeback king.
Carl.
Yes.
It's nice to be important.
It's more important to be nice.
Good gear. See you guys next week.